Hello, Star Lovelies. It's a great time to be a soul. Today we're talking about this week's star forecast is complicated. And yet there's tons of support in the stars, and we are coming out of those retrogrades. So Mercury retrograde goes direct Monday the 7th, which is the start of the week. And then Venus by Friday. We have a full moon on Friday as well. And when I look at the star charts, they're all quote unquote blue, which means that they're supportive. However, Saturn is front and center, and the collective soul destiny is front and center. And anytime that Saturn's involved, there's complications because we have to face things we don't want to face. And he feels heavy. And we just had that blush of lift last week. And so now we're like, wait, oh my goodness, we don't want to feel heavy for too long. And yet it all of a sudden does. And so any sort of whispers that you got for people coming back and making sales and making connections, it feels like we go through a trough. Yes, but no, because this week is really good for tying up loose ends. Getting those things that even over the last few months, definitely, but even from 2021 and 2022, those things that maybe didn't come to fruition, the big question is, do I still care about it? And is it still mine? So this week's energy is really good about opening you up to your potential for the future. And how do you do that in practical ways? Well, in practical ways, it's making sure that you're cleaning up, clearing up, doing that final, like we talked about optimizing and what that whole first quarter was about, just making sure that every single thing that you can tie off is tied off. That's a practical answer. The more energetic and potential driven answer, that cosmic soul level answer, is about being brave. What's one thing you can be brave about? Because that's opening yourself up. And again, Saturn doesn't give you a lot of space for that, but there is lots of energy still in Pisces, and that does. And then we've got Mars supporting you. We've got Jupiter supporting you. So there's a lot of support here right now. And we've got Uranus supporting for change. So we want to take advantage of that. And by doing that, we can ask ourselves one thing to be brave about. And for each intuitive success signature, I'm going to go through what would be a really good wish if you don't already have one. If you do, then go for it, right? But if you don't, you want to add to it too, you can add this as an underpinning. So if you haven't taken that 12-question quiz yet, go to your starmaptosuccess.com, answer the 12 questions, get the result of your signature, and come back here and listen to your, bravery wish for your full potential. And also whitelist Kim at kimwoods.com, because you're not going to want to miss emails, because it's value, value, value for you, whether you're a creative superstar or a wise strategist or whatever your signature is. So for you, I'm going to go backwards this time. Didn't know I was going to do that. But for you, loving alchemist, you want to own your power. We've talked about this a lot. And one wish for you to do that is to recognize the gold that you create out of thin air. So be appreciative of your bounty, but be brave about doing it in the future. For you, creative superstar, we've talked about you being a muse. We've talked about you being a mystic. We've talked about you being a connector. So whichever one resonates with you right now, put that into your wishes. For you, ruling warrior, let go, lighten up, have fun, laugh, be brave about that. Because when you look back, you know that you get more people who adore you and want to work with you over long periods of time when you allow yourself to have fun. For you, collaborative explorer, you can be rebellious. It's time for you to be brave about taking up space, throwing a few punches, getting people out of your lane. For you, intuitive visionary, it's time for you to stand in your power and be unwavering. The new era is yours with all your innovative gifts. When I talk about visionary entrepreneurs, I'm talking about everybody, but I am talking about you exclusively as well. Stand still and let people catch up. Breathe. You can be brave about this. And wise strategist, be the leader, be that thought leader. You have so much wisdom. Please show up to share it with others. So this week is about tying up loose ends, but being brave about your future. And so this week signals the change that is coming, particularly with that full moon, is all about change. We have a separate podcast episode all about that for you to get more information and to do ritual. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for listening and sharing with friends. Happy soul tidings. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more ways to use the stars strategically to align with your soul purpose reclaim your power, and increase your prosperity. Please rate and review your favorite episodes, and remember to check out my website at kimwoods.com for my latest forecasts, articles, and offerings. To find out your intuitive success signature, take my 12-question Do You Know, Like, and Trust Yourself quiz and find out how you're living your stars at yourstarmaptosuccess.com. I've so enjoyed our time together as it's filled with the power of the stars plus strategy to clear the pathway to your success. Until next time, happy soul tidings.